All right, all right. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I'm Teacher Nives, Dr. Joe's reading and writing class. Today is May 7th, 2025. If you can hear me clearly, can I get a 71 in the chat? If you can hear me clearly, can I get a 71 in the chat? Okay, Xiaoya put a 17. Maybe she can't hear me clearly. Xiaoya, check your microphone, or not microphone, your speakers. Okay, Ryan put 1 out of 71. I'm pretty sure I didn't say fraction. Rustler. You spelled 70 incorrectly. Joe Mama. Okay, this is okay. Maybe no one can hear me. I think that's got to be the issue. That's got to be the issue because otherwise this makes no sense. Okay, let's get into this. The book and author of the day. This one,
I love this book.
okay, great. I was gonna ask if anyone has heard of it. Um,
I read this book twice.
wow, that's awesome.
I read it
I
last year and I couldn't take my hands off of it. It was so good.
That's awesome. I actually learned about this series, sorry, not series, this book from the author. The author is pretty amazing herself. So we'll get into
Yeah,
that.
it kind
Oh,
of deals with like racism and stuff like that.
yeah, that's cool. Okay,
So good.
let's get Derek. Derek, can you read the book synopsis?
Mia Tang has a lot of secrets. Number one, she lives in a motel, not a big house. Every day while her immigrant parents clean the rooms, 10-year-old Mia manages the front desk of the Calivista Hotel and tends to its guests. Number two, her parents hide immigrants. And if the mean motel owner, Mr. Yao, finds out they've been letting them stay in the empty rooms for free, the Tangs will be doomed. Number three, she wants to be a writer. But how can she when her mom thinks she should stick to math because English is not her first language? It will take all of Mia's courage, kindness, and hard work to get through this paper. What? Get through this year. Will she be able to hold on to her job, help the immigrants and guests escape Mr. Yao, and go for her dream?
Awesome. Thanks for reading that, Derek. Xiao, you have something to add?
This is a part of like a five. There's five books in the series right now, and
Hmm.
I've read like mostly all of them.
Wow. And would you say they're all good or just the first
They're
one?
all really good. I feel like I feel like I don't know. They're all pretty good, but I there's also she also wrote like other ones. Like it was like there's like other books like New from Here and like Finally Seen. There's also other books that she's written, and they're all
Oh,
really good.
wow. Oh, wow. That's awesome. That's great to hear, actually. Um,
Oh,
okay.
yeah, the fifth book of the series came out this year, so I didn't get to read it.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Um, okay. I love to hear that you guys are reading outside of school and things like that as well. Okay. Kelly Yang, can I get a volunteer reader? How about Jeffrey?
How about I go get something to eat right now?
How
You can't.
about no? How about you starve while you read this?
How about I pretend no hablo inglés?
No.
um, how do you say solo español? Yes.
Does that
Oh,
mean you
yes.
that means you
Okay,
only
fine.
speak?
I will speak
Yeah.
English. Kelly Yang, a New York Times bestselling author, celebrated for her impactful children's and young adults literature. Notably, the Front Desk series, born on August 29th, 1984 in Hong Kong, she immigrated to the United States at the age of 6 and grew up in Southern California. Yang's early academic achievements are remarkable. She entered the University of California, Berkeley at 13 and graduated at 17, later earning her Juris Doctor from Harvard School at 20. Despite her legal education, she chose to pursue writing and education over practicing law. Yang's debut album Front Desk draws from her own experience assisting parents in managing motels during her youth. The book has garnered numerous accolades, including the 2019 Asian/Pacific American Award for Children's Literature and the Parents' Choice Gold Medal. The front desk series continues with sequels such as Three Keys, Room to Dream, Key Player, and Top Story. Her young adult novel Parachutes addresses issues of sexual misconduct and privilege within elite educational settings. Beyond her writing, Yang Yang founded the Kelly Yang Project, a leading writing and debating program for children in Asia. She has continued she's contributed opinion pieces to prominent publications like the New York Times, the Washington Post, and the Atlantic. Currently residing in Los Angeles with her 3 children, Yang continues to write and advocate for diverse voices in literature. I don't know if my voice sounds weird, but it's because I'm kind of sick.
I could tell there's a difference. Um, Also, yeah, very interesting backstory. She became a full-fledged Harvard law lawyer at the age of 20, which is crazy.
Then
She
why did she like do such a like bad job? She could have been a lawyer and made tons of money and then have her parents move out.
Well, that's the thing. I think she addresses some of that like sort of mentality in her books, but I mean, it's not always about the money, right? Like if you have a passion for something,
No, it is
sometimes
always about the money.
I mean, what I will say is you always need to have money to sustain yourself for sure. But, you know, there's a certain point where there are things that are going to take precedent once you do have a certain amount to sustain yourself. Um, and also, like I mean, good for her because her front desk series is getting published. She's a published author, and it's a continuing series. So, I think she's doing just fine in that regard. Or maybe if she was a really like since she Harvard Law at age of 20, she's probably a really good lawyer too. So she probably could have made millions that way. But yeah, again, you know, she regardless, she just really wanted to be a writer. And so yeah, and she went for it. And yeah, sometimes it, it's yeah, sometimes money isn't the most important thing. Anyways, Jaya adds in the chat, she just graduated from UC Berkeley when she was 17 and went to Harvard Law when she was 20. No, it looks like
Jeffrey's
she
a failure.
oh, oh, that's your response to Jeffrey. Okay. Anyways, okay, so this is kind of an interesting quote. Maybe I should have picked a different quote considering the discussion in the chat, but um this one was kind of interesting. Um, but you can't give up on people. It's one of the 3 things of friendship. You gotta listen, you gotta care, and most importantly, you gotta keep trying, Kelly Yang. So now I want you guys to explain this quote. Maybe you can skip the explaining depending on what you want to focus on. But I really want care about like, do you agree and give an example? And furthermore, is there a point maybe like, do you agree that you got to keep trying? Slash, is there a point where you stop trying? Is there a point where you have to stop listening or stop caring, etc.? Um, Answer it however you want, I guess. Um, and I'm gonna give you guys 4 minutes to do that. Let me find the timer. 4 minute timer starting now. Derek asked, answer the question and also when you should stop applying it. Um, maybe you don't have to say when you should stop applying it. It's more like if you disagree, why you disagree. Is there a point where you have to stop applying it? Um, so yeah, that makes if that helps. Okay. Let's see what we came up with. Time is up. Okay, Jeffrey, start us off.
Solo habla español, no inglés.
Oh wow, we have a Spanish student. All right, well, this is an English class, and you're gonna have to do your best.
I think that meant I speak Spanish and I can't speak English.
Tampoco estudiar.
Yeah.
That means I can't read in Spanish.
I can't even hear you. So, can you read your response?
I already said no inglés.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna put you in the waiting room.
Thank you. No. Mucho gracias.
All right, sorry, Jeffrey. I'm gonna have to kick you. All right. Samuel, would you like to read yours?
Wait, did you really kick him out?
I did. Put him in the waiting room.
Oh my God. It's like timeout for Zoom.
It is.
This quote means that you need to give to and not just take. In a friendship, if you're always the one that gets comforted and you're not there for them when they need it, the relationship would slowly break apart.
Okay, this quote means that you need to give to. Okay, so what I would say is this quote means that, you know, in a friendship, you need to give to, right? I think specifying in a friendship is very important. In a friendship, you have it here. Yeah. So then here you could get rid of it. But it needs to be stated right in the beginning, right? Just to give clear context. You need to give. You need to give and not just take. So I would actually just get rid of this too. Be, if you're always the one that gets comforted and you're not there for them when they need it, the relationship will slowly break apart. So for here, I would say specify for your friends because it needs to be in. It can be implied, but it's never stated ever. So you need to clarify that here. You're not there for your friends when they need it. The relationship will slowly break apart. Great, yeah. I agree. I think. Annabelle, would you like to read yours?
What this quote is trying to convey is that you should always give someone another chance. If your friend makes a mistake like ripping your book, you shouldn't just dump them. I agree with this because a mistake is an accident. Just because someone did something bad doesn't mean they don't like you anymore.
Just because they did something bad, comma, doesn't just because someone did something bad, it doesn't mean they don't like you. Okay, great. Now quick question, Annabelle. What if the mistake wasn't an accident? You know, let's say what your friend make a mistake, like ripping your book. Let's say they were mad at you and they ripped your book. And it wasn't an accident.
Ditch them.
Annabelle, do you think you still give them a try?
Well, if it's just like if they don't always get mad at you, then
Yeah.
you can just give them another try.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, thank you for that, Annabelle. Jeffrey, would you like to read yours?
So because Spanish is now banned and Chinese, what if I just pretend I can't speak English again, but I speak French instead? Would that work?
That
No.
would that would work if you want to get sent to El Salvador instead of the waiting room.
El Salvador. Yes, I want to go to El Salvador. Yes, I want to go to the prisons over there. Yes, I
Um,
will do that. Okay, fine.
no,
I will read only this once.
okay, no, you're gonna read more, but yeah, continue.
Okay. This quote means that if you want to keep a strong friendship, you have to put in effort because if you don't put in if you don't if you don't I think it's because if you don't like I'm not sure what I was trying to say there. I think it's like if you don't put like if you don't try your friendship will end like or if you like don't put effort something like that. I don't know
Yeah,
what I was trying to say.
you just need a comma. Um, you just need a comma. This is fine. Although I will say I don't think so. This is actually a teachable moment here. So technically, grammatically speaking, this is fine. Okay. All you need is comma. You need to add first, specifically you, Jeffrey. You need to add more commas in your writing. But secondly, what I want to add is logically speaking, this isn't the greatest sentence. Grammatically speaking, this is fine. Why? The because. If you add a because here, I don't know, what color should I use to just highlight something, but I don't want anyone to think it's grammatically incorrect. Okay, blue. You add this because here, this is the operative word. The rest has to be a clear-cut explanation. Um, oftentimes I see the right side of the because, like the actual explanation of something, be sort of like an example or whatnot. In this case, we keep it strong. Actually, in this case, this is actually not too bad of a explanation. If you don't, your friendship would end. To keep it strong.
Yeah, the reason I do not use commas is because I told you I don't speak English. No, yo habla español. That's it. That's the reason. That's why. It's the whole truth. That's why I don't use commas.
Okay, so what I will say is a more a better thing to say here, like if you're trying to explain why you need to put an effort to keep a strong friendship, really the explanation is like you need to put in effort because friendships will naturally deteriorate without effort, right? This is sort of like an example of the outcome, but it's not directly uh, why you need to put an effort to keep a strong friendship. Um, if that makes sense. So usually I would phrase things like if you're gonna use the word because, it has to be uh, a clear cut explanation as to why basically the right side of the sentence, right side of this word because explains the premise of the left side. Whereas this does do a pretty good explanation, but it's more of an example or an outcome of what happens, but it's not directly explaining why you need to put an effort for a strong friendship. If that makes sense. Like, okay, I'll give it an example later. Okay, well, who else do we have here? James, and we have Rustler. Rustler, did you put your name as Rustler on purpose, or was that a typo?
Typo, but don't fix it.
Yeah, it's kind of I like the name. Okay, James, would you like to read yours?
I think that this quote means that you have to maintain your friendship and you have to try your best to stay friends. You have to try and not give up in order to stay friends with someone or else you will soon no longer be good friends with somebody.
Okay, I think this quote means that you have to maintain your friendship. That you have to maintain, you have to try your best to stay friends. Okay, to maintain your friendship, you have to try and not give up in order to stay friends with somebody, or else you will soon no longer be good friends with somebody. Okay, so are you trying to say here you have to maintain your friendship with the specific person or maintain friendships in order to have friends in general? James? Okay. I'm gonna go with the assumption that this means you have to put an effort to maintain friends in general, friendships in general, okay? So to maintain your friends, so I'm just gonna make a couple little tweaks here. Friendships. You have to maintain your friendships and you try your best to stay friends. I would say maintain your friendship and try your best to stay friends is pretty much the same thing. If anyone disagrees, speak now. um, you have to try and not give up in order to stay friends with somebody, or else you soon. You have to try and not give up in order to stay friends with somebody, or else you soon not be good friends with. Okay, I'm just gonna say generally. I'm gonna turn this into people. I'm friends with anybody. Okay. Just because I wasn't 100% sure if we were talking like a specific person or whatnot. Um, okay. My only thing is, and not give up, I would say there needs to be a more of a explanation as to why, again, like you can't give up, but like why would anyone be giving up? Why is there effort needed? Why do you need to try and maintain a friendship? What happens if you don't, right? What happens if you don't put in that effort? And why is that happening, I guess, is what's missing in this response. So something like naturally people will grow apart and lose touch unless you put in effort to maintain that, right? Like just a simple line like that would help make it clear what we're exactly sort of what we're maintaining the friendship from. Okay, Rustler.
I think this quote means that to make a functioning relationship, you have to devote time and effort, or else it would gradually deteriorate.
Okay, awesome. I like this. Also will gradually deteriorate. Yeah. Like naturally. Now I would say instead of make, I don't think make is the word we're looking for here, right? Like you can make relationships, but we're talking about
Build.
build. Build, even build though, right? I think the quote means that to build a functioning relationship. I guess by functioning you mean long term.
Yeah, like
Okay.
one that you're not arguing back and forth every single day.
Okay. Well, what I would say is then I would say build. I like that. I think that works better. Build a functioning, I would say, comma, lasting. The reason is I think you can have a short-term functioning relationship. You don't have to put too much effort into it. Um, but I think adding the lasting would make it a bit better. It will gradually deteriorate. Or, instead of build, put maintain or keep whatever. But I think this is fine. This is a little bit better. Okay. Let's see. All right. Xiaoya, go for it.
Also, I have a cold, so it might be a little bit weird, but okay. This quote is telling us that friendship is very important in our lives and we shouldn't end them. It also tells us to try our hardest in order to sustain friendships and that we shouldn't be a bad person because we don't want to ruin them.
Friendship, and we shouldn't end them. That friendship is very important in our lives and we shouldn't end them. So this would be talking about plural friendships. This is talking about the concept of friendship. You could say friendship is very important in our lives and we shouldn't, you don't, end friendship, but you shouldn't, you know, stop having it, I
You
guess.
think we shouldn't end it?
We should end it, but you can't, well, when you say friendship in general, like it's more of a concept, so you can't end the idea of you having friendship. You can stop having friendships. So I think it's better to just say friendships. That friendships are very important, or friendship is very important, and then separate this, or you can say friendships are very important in our life and we shouldn't end them. It also tells us to try our hardest in order to sustain friendships, and that we shouldn't be a bad person because we don't want to ruin we don't want to ruin them. We shouldn't be a bad person, we don't want to ruin them. Sure, yeah. Try sustain friendships. We shouldn't. Okay. Yes. What I would say, yeah, okay, never mind. That's fine. Okay, good stuff. Xiaoya. Derek, would you like to read yours?
The quote by Kelly Yang tells me that to keep a true friendship, you have to make sure you don't mistreat and ignore your friends. For example, if you're friends with someone just so you can copy off their homework, it isn't a true friendship. If you make sure to help them and care for them, then you are most likely true friends.
Well, to say that to keep a true friendship, you have to make sure you don't mistreat them. Awesome, great example. Awesome. Good stuff. I would even say you make sure to help them and actually care for them. I would add, the only thing I would add here is like, and vice versa, and like they care for you as well, right? Then you are most likely true friends. Awesome. Oh, great responses, everyone. I think we had everyone respond, right? Maybe I think we missed Ryan, but besides that, very close to a full response. Okay, let's go to the vocab of the day. Uh, these words are a little bit easier, I would say, but they're also very usable and they're not the most common. So can I get I mean, let's get Ryan. Ryan, would you like to read this?
Candor, noun. The quality of being open, honest, and sincere. Her candor during the interview impressed the hiring team. Enigmatic, adjective. Mysterious and difficult to understand. The artist remained enigmatic, rarely giving interviews or revealing the meaning behind his work. Deride, verb. To mock or ridicule. Critics were quick to deride the new movie, calling it predictable and dull. Languid, adjective. Slow, relaxed, and lacking energy or enthusiasm. The hot afternoon gave everything a languid, dreamlike quality. Vex, verb. To annoy, frustrate, or worry someone. The delay in receiving the test results began to vex the students.
Awesome. Okay, so one short sentence or paragraph with all the words, 3 minutes, starting now. Okay, time is up. Let's see what we came up with.
I only used one of the vocabulary words because I
What?
had to prove my point, and the vocabulary words were just not it.
Okay, let's see what you came up with. Um, all right, Rustler, go for it.
Bob uses his
enigmatic, candor, to deride, and vex, languid George.
Awesome. I think
Okay, Joe, yeah, now, no. That's like the fourth time. That's the fourth time. But Bob is the most generic name I can think of. Do Jeff. I don't want to do Jeff, though.
Womp, womp.
I have equal rights as a citizen of the United States of America. I'm gonna put
is
copyright on Bob next time.
do
You know
it.
what? I'm putting it right now.
That would be the toughest copyright case um I would ever encounter ever. Um
Okay, put this sentence in my response. I didn't do
uh
Bob with all caps.
okay.
Imagine messing up.
Okay. Anyways, um let's go. Okay, great job. Samuel, would you like to read yours?
In class, the teacher was being enigmatic. It was vexing the kids. One of the kids decided to be candor. The teachers did not care and went back to teaching. After a while, the kids languidly arched back in their chairs and took a nap. The teacher got mad and started deriding the kids when they got the answer wrong.
The teacher did not care, went back to teaching. After a while, the languidly arched back their chairs and took a nap. The teacher got mad and started deriding the kids when they got the answer wrong. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, this is a great. I really like this paragraph there, Samuel. It's a great situation. You use all the words really well. The only thing is candor. One of the kids decided to you could say speak with candor. So candor is a noun. It's like a it says, I guess in the definition it says it's a quality, but yeah, I guess it's a quality or whatnot. So the one of the kids decided to be candor. You can't be it, you can have it, you can speak with it, etc. So what you could do is, yeah, one of the kids decided to speak with candor. I guess that's an easy one. Speak with the utmost candor. He did not care and went back to teaching. Also, by the way, guys, if I start pronouncing words, like I noticed I pronounced that very quickly and I sort of missed some pronunciations, call me out on it because I don't want to start getting lax and then have students sort of mispronounce words because I do. Um, anyways, besides that, this is really good. Great job, Samuel. All right, Jaya.
I think I actually wrote something wrong, but it's fine. Bob's enigmatic, languid, and rarely candor self made the people vex and quick to deride him.
Made the people vexed, quick to deride. Languid, rarely candor. Great job. Great job.
I wrote something wrong. And also, I said Russell. Russell did it with all caps. I did it with there. This publication contains the text of Title 17 of the United States Code, including all amendments enacted by Congress on December 23rd, 2024.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to mute you there. We get the point, Russell. Someone read through it if they would like. This is very funny. It would be funny if the other students all decide to use Bob. Okay. James, would you like to read yours?
Jimmy was languid and candor when he was questioned by reporters. However, they found him enigmatic, so they began to deride him, which began to vex Jimmy.
Awesome. Was languid and candor when he was questioned by and maybe uh what and answered with candor. Right, so that's needed. when he was questioned by reporters, however. So you can't use a comma. This would be a comma splice. You're trying to separate two independent clauses with a comma that's giving a comma too much power. Comma does not have that much power. It well, without a fanboy, which is a and or but so for yet nor. Anyways, so you use a semicolon, it works fine. However, they found him enigmatic, so they began to deride him, which began to vex Jimmy. Awesome. Okay, good stuff, James. Wait, what's going on? Jeffrey, would you like to read yours?
How about you read it? Because you were talking about El Salvador, so I think this is perfect for you.
If you don't read it, you will be sent to El Salvador. So
You should read it. You really should. It will prove to you why you should forget all your English. And I think that's a really important skill for you. Like, very important for
I don't
you.
even know how to pronounce this. Okay, I don't speak
There-
Spanish.
Habla en español.
All right, Xiaoya, go for it. You could read his.
Wait, what? I didn't sign up for this.
Read
All
it.
right, all right.
Fine,
Okay,
I'll
fine.
read it. Okay.
Okay.
Dictation.
Okay, Xiaoya, go for it.
Habla en español is better than speaking English. In class, you don't need to be candor and say no hablo inglés. Also, if you don't speak English, you can avoid socializing, which is great. If you don't speak English, if you get what? If you don't speak English, if you get yelled at by a Karen or what? A Ron?
And Aaron is a male Karen.
Oh, and you won't understand them, which will save your ears. What?
Okay.
It's probably very grammatically incorrect.
Very grammatically incorrect. Also, I'm pretty sure this is not even how you spell it. I'm pretty sure these are the correct spellings.
I know that's very horrible, but that's okay.
Okay. Anyways, in class, you don't need to, let's say, show candor. How about that? Show candor. And say, also, you spelt it differently over here. And say, you don't need to show candor and say, okay,
So it's
this.
like a different form of habla, and also it's hablo in this scenario. Okay, it changes.
Okay. Also, if you don't speak English, you can avoid socializing, which is great. Okay. That's not true. Socializing is great. Avoiding it is bad. If you don't speak English, okay, so this is two if statements connected. There's always a better way to say this, right? If you don't speak English and you get yelled at by a Karen, right? That's kind of the situation here. And you get yelled at by a Karen or an Aaron, which I would honestly brackets a male Karen because no one knows what that means. You won't understand them, which will save your ears. You get yelled at by comma. So many grammatical errors, which is fine if you were trying to answer this properly, but you were not. Okay. Anyways, that was quite the response. Let us move on. Annabelle, would you like to read yours?
At first, the new teacher languid and enigmatic, vexing the principal, but after the principal derided the teacher for being lazy, the teacher developed a lot more candor.
Awesome. Derided the teacher for being lazy. The teacher developed a lot more candor. Can you develop candor? Developed candor. I don't think you can develop candor. I think you can develop speaking with candor, with more candor. Teacher developed speaking with a lot more candor. I think that is better, but I will have to check this in later. Okay. At first, the new teacher languid and enigmatic, vexing the principal. But after the principal tried the teacher related. Okay, anyways. Also, so big one here. Well, not big one. That's minor mistake, but that is the wrong principal. You're looking for principal. This principle is like principles, like, oh, the principle to team sports is to work together, right? Or the whatever. It's the main ideas, main fundamental points of something. Those are the principles. And this is the principal, also pronounced principal, which is just like, the leader of the school. Okay, Ryan, would you like to read yours?
He was languid and vexed about the hot summer day, and his candor for asking the enigmatic math problem caused attention.
Awesome. Okay, so only thing here, comma, in between, because these are two very separate sentences, but connected with an and a comma, and then this is valid. Also, yeah, great use of the words. Awesome. Okay, quickly, we'll do the idiom of the day. Bite off more than you can chew. Everybody in the chat, one sentence with it. So to say you bit off more than you can chew, or that would be biting off more than I can chew, etc. There are many variations of it, but it just means to take on more responsibility than you can handle. All right, one sentence. There's no timer. Just do it as quick as possible. First 5 people will get a thumbs up. There's not much I can offer really. Okay, Jeffrey, I'm just reading the chat, guys. If someone DMs me, I'm just gonna put it to public. Okay. Let's see. Jeffrey says when you learn English, you bite more than you chew because all you need is espagnol. No, that's not how that idiom is used. That does not make sense.
It makes sense because it's more responsibility than you need. That's why.
That's not. It's
No, it
handle.
counts.
It's not.
No, it counts
See this
because
right
all
here?
you need is español and hablas español.
See, the key to this meaning is can handle, not do you need. Anyways, Ryan, she bit off more than
You
she
can't
can
handle
chew
English.
by memorizing 5. So it would be she bit off more than she could chew by trying to memorize 500 words in a day. He bit off more than he could chew by offering to finish a project by himself. Great, Derek said that. Rustler, she bit off more than she could chew. She could choose. You said choose instead of chew, like different chew. Wrong. Chew.
Wait, what? I did choose? Oh no.
Yeah, by adopting a dog. Annabelle, Bob bit off
I
more
still
than he
get
could
the
chew.
thumbs up.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to give thumbs. I'm supposed to give
Yay!
All
I
right,
just won the lottery, guys.
Yep. The thumbs up is the most important thing. Okay, let me just go through all these. Jeffries is getting a thumbs down. I'm so sorry. Bob bit off more than she can chew, and she signed up for 10 languages. Yeah, 10 language, yeah, 10 language classes. Jimmy bit off more than he could chew when he decided to eat 10 pigs. Okay, awesome. What I would say is,
Wait, did you read mine?
wait, did I skip yours? I'm sorry. I don't see it. Bob bit off more than he could chew by signing up to get ate by animals. First, is grammatically incorrect. And secondly, does that, I don't know if that is makes sense in the terms of idiom, because it kind of makes sense, but it also doesn't.
Yeah, because some people when they get eaten by animals, they survive.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know. I just made it up. I don't know about. I don't know, but maybe
Why
they
would you
survive.
say that if it's made up?
Maybe.
Just casually making up complete nonsense. Okay, Jeffrey says, I will become a Karen. I have a black belt.
I
Samuel
have a black
says
Karen, and I'm gonna speak to your manager.
Samuel says
I'm
she
gonna
bit off
speak
more
to
than
your
she could
manager
chew
about the
by
subs
joining
down
five.
here. I will talk.
She bit off more than she could chew by joining five after school clubs. Awesome. That's great. That's great. Okay. Awesome. I'm still also wondering, Jimmy bit off more than he could chew when he decided to eat 10 pigs. This okay, no, that's fine. Okay, let's go on to the article of the day. So this can be kind of interesting. Um, there is going to be spoilers in this class, so if you haven't seen something that I don't know, that is very popular. Actually, no, that doesn't make sense. Anyways, you guys will maybe have some spoilers in this one. What TV show, movie, or book would you rewrite the ending to? Fans are writing fix-its in an attempt to right a perceived wrong in beloved works. How might you retell a story you were disappointed by? Okay. Um, are you guys, have you guys ever had a book, movie, TV show, that you really loved and then you hated the ending and you wish it was written a different way? Put your hand up if you have had that experience. Okay,
I
Jeffrey,
have a
Russell.
question.
Yeah, what's your question?
Does it count if, like, technically it's like a ongoing TV show, but like you don't like where the place it is, like the place that it is in right now, but it's
Yeah,
like ongoing still? Okay.
yeah, that's fine. Okay, so pretty much most of the class, except Derek, James, Ryan, and Samuel, who are have always been satisfied by every story, every book. That's fine. That's also actually fine.
Does it count if it's part of a series and the other book tells you what happens next? Like it's the end of a book, but like it's the end of a book in the series, but it ends in a cliffhanger. Does that count?
Yeah, yeah, sure, that
Okay,
counts.
yeah. Then I've had
Okay.
like 10 of those. I literally hate those books so much.
Okay. All right, let's get into it. So, can I get Ryan, can you read this one?
Have you ever been disappointed, shocked, or upset by the ending of a TV show, movie, or book? Did you have your own ideas as to how it should have ended? If so, how will you have written it and why? And did a TV show hurt your feelings? Fix its offer justice? Connie Chang writes about how some fans are reimagining the endings of their favorite shows. As a longtime player of the Last of Us video game series, Sam Gayton knew the death was coming. Still, the brutal murder of Joel in a recent episode of the HBO adaptation hit her hard. It was already midnight when she sent on Tumblr to read fan reaction. Then in a fit of inspiration she started writing. I was in a wreck and I needed to get those strong emotions out. Gaetan, a tattooist and artist, said in a recent phone interview, by 5 a.m. she had written 3,761 words, featuring Joel and Dredd, an original character Gaetan has previously created, and an alternative scenario that spares Joel from his on-screen fate.
Awesome. Okay. So, yeah, this is a little spoiler to that to The Last of Us if you guys are watching that or are playing the video game. Um, anyways, which I guess you shouldn't. I think they're rated R, so like technically speaking, you shouldn't anyways. Um, okay, let's get volunteer reader. Is Jeffrey's your hand up to read?
No, of course not. Why would you think that? I cannot read.
Okay. Annabelle, would you like to read this one?
Writing under the alias O Persephone, she posted a story on AO3, an online repository for fan fiction and other fan-created art, and crashed until her dogs woke her up the next morning. It probably wasn't the most coherent thing I've written, she said, laughing, but I figured other people could use it as much as I did. In this alternative plot of To the Last of Us, Joel, the beloved male lead played by Pedro Pascal, avoids being detained and murdered by a rival group. He is saved by Red, an inventive heroine who convinces the gunman that Joel is already dead and sends them off. Joel's eyes were on her, watching, a breath away from being up and ready to fight if needed. Oh, Persephone writes. They were both tightly wound coils waiting to explode.
Awesome. Okay. And let's get one last one, very short. Any volunteers? All right, James. James, can you read this one?
Titan's urge to change the narrative is a familiar one among a subset of fans who write fan fiction or fanfic, original stories that borrow characters, plots, and settings from established media properties and are published mostly online on sites like Tumble and fanfiction.net. Increasingly, these into your own hands by writing fan fix it fix or simply fix it, which attempts to right the perceived wrongs of a beloved work and often provides some measure of emotional self.
Awesome. Actually, give me 1 second. Let me just double check something. I feel like, oh, okay, never mind.
Wait, teacher Nick, have you ever published a book before?
Have I ever published a book before? No. Um, no, I have not. Uh, will I? Probably not. I don't have any writings in the works. I published essays, but um not for
Essays about dictatorship.
uh
You
no,
seem to
no.
know a lot about that.
It's more essays about dissidents.
What?
Uh that's a joke because like dissidents are people who go against dictators. Um anyways, so do you read or write fan fiction yourself? If so, why did you start? What does it bring to your life? If not, has this article piqued your interest? Why or why not? So let's just do, 1 minute. Do okay, maybe 2 minutes. No, 1 minute is fine. Let's start the timer. Just do you read fanfics? If so, why? If not, why not? Or are you interested? Just a quick little question. Okay, awesome. Time is up. Let's see what we came up with. Teacher Niv shouldn't teach us. Guys, he doesn't have enough experience. Um, Jalia, speak against the dictator again, and you will get sent to the waiting room. Um, Jeffrey, You should write a memoir about being the most brutal dictator. I'm the kindest, most benevolent dictator. I mean, teacher. Um,
You
Zhao.
just said it. You literally just said it. You said you're a dictator.
Zhao, yeah,
We got you.
did not write fan fiction and did article did not pique my interest, period. Okay, damn. No, because I don't even know what that is. I do not read fan fiction. Article is not true me at all because I don't really get it. What it is. Okay, fan fiction is just like alternative endings or alternative plot lines to a story, book, movie, etc., TV show, etc. Okay, so there are a lot of fan fictions that are just like romances of characters that don't have romances. That was like a popular one when I was a kid. Like people would write fan fictions about like Harry and Hermione dating and stuff like that. And some people are interested in things like that. And then some people will just write fan fictions
Wait,
for
Harry and Hermione. What?
yeah, and a lot of people wrote fan fictions of like at that time, what's it called? Uh
Oh
what's
wait, there was like
Voldemort
this like book
yeah.
that somebody wrote. It was like a romance story with Draco and Hermione. I don't know, some weird
Yeah,
shit.
that was the biggest one. Oh my gosh, that was very, very popular. Draco and Hermione. I don't understand why. But yeah, I mean those were popular back then. Now a lot of fanfics are just like different
What
plot.
did I just hear? Draco and Hermione? What?
Now fanfics are like very like completely different plot lines. Like the one in this
No, I
story.
have read the entire Harry Potter series about like 5 times. No, Draco cannot be with Hermione. No, no, no.
So like this one is the story ends with the character dying and this person who was very invested in the story and very invested in the character just decided to write a whole other story where that character does not die, right? And that's
Iron
a
Man
fanfic.
shouldn't die at the end of Avengers.
Oh, I disagree. Iron Man dying was perfect for it. It was needed.
What? No, Captain America should have died.
Oh, Captain America should have died too. Or
Exactly.
Captain America dying is whatever. I didn't really care for Captain America, but Iron Man needed to die to fulfill his whole character arc, in my opinion. Anyways, um, have you ever felt betrayed or hurt by ending of a TV show, movie, book like these fans did? If so, what work? How did it end? And why do you think it affected you so much? Okay, this one I'll give some time for. 4 minutes. I want to see what.
You call 4 minutes time.
Yep, that's time. All right, all right. Let's see what we came up with. It seems like we have some people. This is very interesting. Um, okay, let's start here. Start Jeffrey. Okay, this one's short. I'll just read it. Yes, because yes, okay, comma. Because Emily in Paris is not Emily in Rome. I used Emily in Paris to learn French. Oh wow. That's cool. Um, okay. Ooh, Samuel. I like this one. Samuel, would you like to read yours?
After No Way Home, I wanted to punch whoever directed that movie. All I wanted to see, was MJ and Peter together, but they erased why put MJ's memory? I will never get over it.
That's what I put.
That part. I hate that so much.
It's Avengers Endgame and it's No Way Home. Like, I've watched the entire Iron Man series and the Spider-Man series. I've watched the characters grow and grow, and then for all that relationship and stuff to be ended with a memory wipe and a death.
Bro, I hated not I hated that, but I was really annoyed because like I really wanted MJ and like Peter to get into like MIT.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, and also, well, yeah, well, MJ and Ned gone to MIT,
Yeah, they
but
both got into
Peter did
MIT.
not because
Peter
everyone
stayed.
literally forgot
He's not
him.
going to MIT anymore. He's not going to
Everyone
MIT.
literally forgot him.
Yeah, they
You got
forgot him. Like, bro, why did you do that?
I
Please.
know
That
Disney
ruined the entire
sucks.
series for me.
If
you got
Disney didn't buy Marvel, this all would have never happened.
you guys want my hypothesis slash spoiler on what's gonna
I
happen?
know what's gonna happen.
You mean
MJ
Spider-Man 4?
is going to teleport to the Nether and fight the Ender Dragon, and then I don't know what's gonna
What
happen.
the heck?
What?
Okay,
Bro, I'm actually so bad.
Annabelle, would you like to read your response? Annabelle?
They should continue like the original.
The third book of a series of Percy Jackson, The Mark of Athena, ended in a cliffhanger and I developed some anger issues. Usually my parents never let me read the next book in a series, so when a book ends in a cliffhanger, I never know what happens next.
Shame on your parents.
Oh wow, that's sad. That's sad. But also, wait, can I ask why your parents don't let you read the next book in a series? Is there a reason?
No.
No reason. You can't read.
My mom doesn't let me. Like my mom is like my mom sometimes doesn't let me read book series because she says that like they're not as good as like single books, and I don't. She never gives me a reason why.
So, what I will say is, for just pure story, I think like book series, you have more time for development and whatnot. But single books usually have to convey more messages, more plot lines, in a shorter, let's say time span or less words. So you end up, it feels more like poetry. You have to do a little bit more analysis. So there is some sort of truth to that in terms of your development of
Oh,
reading. And also reading styles. When you read new books, like individual books, their reading styles are different between them. So you learn more from different reading styles, sorry, different writing styles, um, different like grammatical sentence structures, different storyline styles. So yes, there's benefits to that. But also, I mean, sometimes a good book series is just really entertaining, and any reading is better than no reading, right? So
wait, can I tell you something?
yeah.
I kind of like reading. I don't know. I just can't find like any like singular books that I like. I feel
Yeah,
like.
it's tough, especially nowadays. A lot of book publishers lean towards series because they make more money off of them.
Yeah,
So it's
because
also
right now
really
I'm
hard.
reading the Keeper of Lost City series, and then I'm also reading the Scarlet and Brown series as well. And
Great.
they're both series. I just can't find one like a single book that I read that I like. Because one time I read Beyond the Bright Sea, because my mom recommended it. I fell asleep when I read the first. I fell asleep after I read the first chapter.
Yeah, there's a difference, but I will say any reading's better than no reading. So,
I kind of
um,
fell asleep for like 10 minutes after I read the first
yeah.
chapter.
And it's not even that much. You're still gaining a lot from any reading. There is just a little bit more to gain if you read the same amount, but singular books. That's all I will say. Um, okay, moving on. Jaya, would you like to read yours?
At the end of The Mark of Athena, for my favorite series called Percy Jackson, and ended in a cliffhanger. The protagonist jumped down a bottomless pit and then it ended. Nothing else. It really affected me because I was dying to figure out what would happen next because they were in a huge battle. I think they were. But it was like 2 years ago, so I kind of forgot. So I ended up politely hitting the book with a baseball bat and shoving it in the shredder.
Okay. And showing up. Okay, sorry. So the Percy Jackson Mark of Athena is a series, or Percy
No,
Jackson?
it's I think it's from the Heroes of Olympus, but I brought the Percy Jackson because like related to Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson like the main series.
Right. Oh, okay. So Mark of Athena is the new series.
No, it's a book. It's in a different. I don't know how to explain it, but like Percy Jackson like the main series, and there's like different series that branch out of it.
Oh, right, right. Okay, so this is from one of the other series.
Yeah, but I just brought
And
Percy Jackson's in like the main series.
is
The
there
main.
is there one coming? Like, is there a final one coming? A
No,
sequel?
there's like that was like this. Wait, what book was that? That was like the third or the fourth. I kind of forgot. But that was like at the end. I don't. I forgot. I kind of forgot.
Um, okay. Um, anyways, let's continue. So let's see. We have a lot of good responses here. James, I've never. Okay, there's a few. Okay, James, would you like to read yours?
I've never been betrayed or hurt by the ending of a show, movie, or a book like fans did. It did not affect me at all. However, I can understand people don't like the endings of interesting books or movie. I assumed it makes them unsatisfied with their choice and betrayed from a terrible and horrendous ending.
Yeah, assume it makes them unsatisfied with their choice and betrayed from a terrible and horrendous ending. Great, yeah, yeah. I think that's true. Unsatisfied with not the only the book ending in a way that they don't like, but unsatisfied with their choice of like picking it up, right, and reading it. Russell, would you like to read yours? Oh, great job, James, by the way. Russell.
Yes, I have been emotionally assaulted, betrayed, and backstabbed by Marvel. This is all because of Disney purchasing Marvel. With the tragic and traumatic death of Iron Man at the end of Avengers Endgame. The work was Avengers Endgame, and it ended with the funeral of Iron Man and Cap, of all people, living a happy life with Peggy while his friend was dead. I also despise how MJ and Ned forgets Peter Parker after years of relationship and undisturbed friendship and relation. Wait. Can you like delete that last relationship? Ended with Doctor Strange casting a spell. Out. I hate these two endings because I have watched Iron Man and Spider-Man go through this series. And also, let me hate on Disney for a second. So this is all the original Avengers who have died after Disney purchased. Wanda, dead. Natasha, dead. Captain America, retired. Iron Man, dead. Hawkeye, retired. Loki, dead. Thor, became fat. Vision, dead. Black Panther, dead. And Gamora, dead. Like, what the?
Black Panther, I think he died because the actor actually died.
Well, yeah, because
Uh,
of the actor, but I don't care. Hire
uh,
another actor. Use
uh,
AI. You've already used AI.
yeah, I don't think you should use AI to do that, but yeah,
Oh yeah, you
what
forgot about Black Widow. Black Widow died.
I did put Black Widow.
Oh,
I
I
put
thought
it
you
as
didn't. Oh yeah,
okay.
Natasha.
so I'll tell you what. Gamora died. That the actor
Yeah.
for Panther died. Gamora died. Hawkeye died, and then Iron Man died. Loki died. Groot died. Peggy died.
Oh
Captain
yeah,
America died.
I even forgot about Groot. Like, bruh.
Well,
Groot died.
Groot died again?
Yes,
Yeah,
he
Groot
did.
died again.
And then
Wait,
who
in
else?
what series did he die?
And Loki died again in I think it's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume something.
Oh, Nebula
Yeah.
died. Vision died. Bucky died. Valkyrie died.
Wait, Nebula died?
Nebula died. Yes.
But no,
Black Panther
Bucky
died.
didn't
Wanda
die.
died.
And
Thor died.
Thor No,
Okay,
Thor didn't die. Thor got fat.
Oh, it got fat. Whatever.
I'm gonna have to look
And
up some of
Hawkeye
this.
retired.
Pretty sure Groot is alive.
No, he died. I'm pretty sure.
He
Or the
died.
actor died. I'm not sure.
He died, and then in the late. Anyone seen the? Okay, never mind. Okay, whatever. This is unrelated. This is not important. Okay. Anyways. Okay. So, my next question was. Wait, where did my next question go? Did I lose it? Okay. That is unfortunate. Okay, what I will say is, question, do you think fans have the right to be upset about a long-running series is ending? Or do the writers not actually I'm gonna leave it there. I don't wanna imply anything that would change your answers. So I'm gonna put a 2-minute timer. And I want to know why or why not. There's arguments both ways. That's all I will say. Also, side note, very side note, I agree with all the Avengers characters dying. I think it's very important to have characters die. Anyways, continue. Sorry.
They replaced the original Avengers with some Eternals and Thunderbolts that's coming out. Like, what the?
No, Loki, Eternals is actually really good. Like, low-key, it's really good.
Well, how about Thunderbolts?
I haven't watched that one. But
Well, yeah, because it
Eternals
didn't
is
come out.
low-key pretty good. I love the strong guy.
The strong guy?
Yeah. The one that had like a giant fist and can punch people. Oh, I also love the Indian Bollywood guy. He's really funny.
Wait, what do you mean the fans have a right?
I'm gonna leave that to your interpretation, whatever you think that means.
Okay, I'm gonna say yes.
Okay, let's see. Okay, we don't have too much time, so let me just put these on. I won't review them for grammatical errors, or okay, maybe I'll still call it. Okay, I think I'll just read them quickly. I think fans should be upset when a storyline ends with a cliffhanger, or so you're saying like if we get rid of this cliffhanger, ends with unsatisfactory, right? That doesn't make sense. So ends with a cliffhanger, or I'm just gonna get rid of this for now, but you could say something that is completely objectively unsatisfactory or something like that because they can't do anything about it. Okay? Rustler, I think that fans absolutely have the right to hate on the production company if they ruin the series. First, the fans are the ones that watch the movie, comma, so they should make the movie according to the fans' suggestions. Okay, this is an interesting take. Xiaoya, yes, I was so mad at the end of Spider No Way Home when MJ and Ned so if you're gonna do period there, you have to put it at the end as well. You could also just no periods in between. I forgot about the Peter Parker. We have the right to be mad about the ending because it basically ruined the entire storyline and series. I think fans have the right to be upset because sometimes stories it's frustrating and suspenseful because sometimes okay, something's wrong here. Then because sometimes stories are frustrating and suspenseful. Also, different readers have different tastes. While some might enjoy cliffhangers, others might hate them. James in the chat says, "I think that okay, I'm just gonna. I think that even though I've never been upset by a long-running series ending, I think fans have the right to be upset when one does, when an interesting TV show ends. I can make the assumption that makes people feel unsatisfied with their choice when choosing to watch. Okay, great. Okay. What I will say to that is, um, sometimes, yes, production companies come and ruin some things. Sometimes people get mad at endings, but you also have to consider that writers, like these are the writers' works. This is their um work and work of art or whatever. So technically, like it's their choice as to whether they want the fans' input or not. A lot of writers just write to write, and they don't care, right? And it is also their work. So there's an argument to be made that the fans don't have a right to. Well, you always have, I guess, the right to be upset, but maybe do you have the right to complain to the author or uh, demand changes or whatnot, right? So
You are
there's
being biased.
Um, I guess arguably, yeah. Okay, that is all for today, guys. I will see you all next week. Oh, actually, quick question before I leave. I had a choice between this article and there was another article that was interesting is Do you believe in the American dream? Which was a little political, like, oh, but it wasn't
That
really.
would
It was like,
energize
We
me.
should have done that one.
We can do
Yeah,
that
we
next
should have done
class.
that one. The
okay,
American Dream. What even is the American Dream? Not
put
gonna
a
lie.
1 in the chat if you would prefer that article or this article. Put a 2 if you prefer this
The
article to that.
American dream is amazing.
Okay, we have the regulars, but let's think about like I want to have responses from like Derek, Ryan, Samuel. What do you guys think? Annabelle. Okay, interesting. Okay, never mind. Okay, I generally avoid political topics because I've had classes where a student's parent comes into the class and like asks me not to do anything political. This isn't really political. It's just like American Dream. Do you think that it's still people still have hope for it kind of thing? But obviously naturally it might get a little political, especially with Jeffrey in the class. So that's why I'm just asking before we have it. Okay, so since everyone seems to be generally interested in things like that too, if I have a choice like that again, I will make the choice towards something like that.
Wait, can't
Anyway,
you just do it
Can we do it
next
next
time?
class?
Yeah, exactly.
okay. Yes. Sorry. Next class will be the American Dream. Um, let's do. Let me
American dream.
let me just put a reminder here. Next class, American Dream. Okay. Anyways, that's all for today, guys. I will see you all next week. Have a good one.
Bye,
Goodbye.
thank you.
I write that memoir about being a dictator.
Bye.
What? I'm no dictator.